The Sopranos turns 25, look back at James Gandolfini, Edie Falco, Jamie-Lynn Sigler. The Sopranos star James Gandolfini died in 2013 at the age of 51. The Sopranos is turning 25. The popular show first premiered on HBO, now known as Max, in January 1999. It starred James Gandolfini as the head of an Italian mob family, Tony Soprano, who starts seeing a psychiatrist after his home life and business life start to affect his mental health. During the height of its popularity, The Sopranos drew 13.2 million viewers and won 21 Emmy Awards in various categories and 5 Golden Globes and came in at number 1 on Rolling Stone's list of the 100 greatest TV shows of all time in 2022. The reason The Sopranos is so successful is because it deals with children, it deals with parents, it deals with family. I think the older characters on The Sopranos, especially in the beginning, you don't see older characters written like that, Gandolfini told 60 Minutes in 2005. I just think it's so well written. The writers. I think they're unbelievable. I sit there and read it and just go, Jesus Christ, that's so GN smart. Here's a look back at the star-studded cast. James Gandolfini starred in many popular movies, including 12 Angry Men and True Romance, before playing Tony Soprano in The Sopranos, a role that earned him 3 Emmy Awards, 1 Golden Globe, 5 SAG Awards and other nominations. While leading the show, he also starred in The Mexican, Surviving Christmas, and All the King's Men, Where the Wild Things Are, Zero Dark 30 and more. His final films included The Drop and Enough Said, for which he earned his 8th Emmy and a SAG Award nomination. Gandolfini was married to Marcy Wodarski from 1999 to 2002, and they share a son, Michael. He then married Deborah Lynn in August 2008, and they have a daughter, Lillian. Gandolfini died in Rome in June 2013 after having a heart attack. He was 51. His son Michael played the younger version of his character, Tony Soprano, in the 2021 film, The Many Saints of Newark. Edie Falco had been acting since the late 1980s, starring in Loving and Oz, before landing the part of Carmela Soprano on The Sopranos, a role that earned her 3 Golden Globes, 4 Emmy Awards and 5 SAG Awards, along with many other nominations. While on the show, she also starred in The Great New Wonderful and Freedomland. Just 2 years after the end of The Sopranos, Falco found another starring role in Nurse Jackie. She played Jackie Payton on the show for 80 episodes over 7 seasons, receiving 8 SAG Award nominations, 4 Golden Globe nominations and 6 Emmy nominations, with 1 win for the role. In that time, she also received a Tony Award nomination for her role in The House of Blue Leaves. She went on to star in Outside In, Tommy, and American Crime Story, in which she played Hillary Clinton. Most recently, she starred in Avatar, The Way of Water, The Mother, and I'll Be Right There. Falco adopted her son, Anderson, in 2005, and her daughter, Macy, in 2008. Lorraine Bracco broke into the industry with her Academy Award-nominated performance in Goodfellas, before landing the role of Jennifer Melfi in The Sopranos. The role earned her 10 SAG nominations, 3 Golden Globe nominations and 4 Emmy nominations. During her time on the show, Bracco also starred in Riding in Cars with Boys and Crazy for Love, later starring in Snow Globe and I Married a Mobster. In 2010, she began starring as Angela Rizzoli in the hit show Rizzoli and Isles for 105 episodes through 7 seasons. Most recently, she appeared in Blue Bloods, A Ring for Christmas, Pinocchio, Jasser, and Jerk. Bracco was married to Frenchman Daniel Gerard from 1979 to 1982, and they have 1 daughter, Margot. She then entered a 12-year relationship with Harvey Keitel, and they share their daughter, Stella. Bracco was married to Edward James Olmos from 1994 to 2002. Michael Imperioli got his start in Goodfellas, before starring in Jungle Fever, Bad Boys, and The Basketball Diaries. He later starred as Christopher Moltisanti in The Sopranos, a role that earned him 5 Emmy nominations, 2 Golden Globe nominations and 7 SAG Award nominations. In that time, he also starred in Summer of Sam, Love in the Time of Money, and Shark Tale. When the show came to an end, he starred in Life on Mars, The Lovely Bones, Detroit 187, and Californication. He continued to act in both movies and TV shows, including Mad Dogs, Alex Incorporated, The Last Full Measure, and Primal. Most recently, he starred in One Night in Miami, The Many Saints of Newark, The White Lotus, and This Fool. Imperioli married Victoria Klabowski in 1996, and they have 2 children, David and Vadim. He is also the stepfather of Klabowski's daughter Isabella, from a previous relationship. Steven Van Zandt got his start in acting in the 1985 movie American Flyer, before starring as Silvio Dante in The Sopranos. He later starred in Lilyhammer, The Christmas Chronicles, The Irishman, and Under the Boardwalk. The actor is also a prolific musician. He is a member of Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, playing guitar and mandolin. In 2014, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the band. He embarked on a solo career, with the release of his album, Men Without Women, in October 1981, under the name Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul. He went on to release 6 more solo albums, including Voice of America, Revolution, and Summer of Sorcery. In 2002, Van Zandt began hosting his own radio show, Little Steven's Underground Garage, which, as of 2006, is played on over 200 U.S. radio stations. In 2004, he started his own record label, Wicked Cool Records. Van Zandt married Maureen Santoro in December 1982. Robert Eiler only had 1 acting credit before landing the role of A.J. Soprano in The Sopranos. While on the show, he also appeared in Tadpole, Daredevil, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, and The Dead Zone. After the show came to an end, Eiler retired from acting. After Sopranos, I told my manager I wanted 6 months off to go play poker and hang out with my friends and just do whatever, Eiler said on the Talking Sopranos podcast. And he kept calling. It's been a year, it's been 2 years. The only thing I have done since Sopranos is I got called to do jury duty, and I didn't want to do jury duty, so twice, to get out of jury duty, I did an episode of Law and Order. Jamie-Lynn Sigler had only appeared in A Brooklyn State of Mind, before starring as Meadow Soprano in The Sopranos. While on the show, she appeared in a few music videos and in episodes of Will and Grace. Following her time on the show, Sigler appeared in episodes of popular shows like Entourage, Ugly Betty, and Drop Dead Diva, before getting a starring role on the short-lived sitcom, Guys with Kids. She continued to act, starring in Anatomy of the Tide, The Christmas Note, Justice, and Gangsterland. Most recently, she appeared in Beef House, The Virgin of Highland Park, and Big Sky. Sigler initially didn't think it would be possible to star in Big Sky due to her multiple sclerosis diagnosis, but said production stepped up and made it happen. The accommodations they've made for me, like professionally what the show has done for me and allowing me to really realize that living with MS is not a burden, and my talent is still of worth, and they're willing to work around from top to bottom, she said on Live with Kelly and Mark in April 2022. I think it's just been a really good lesson for me. Sigler was married to Abraxas A.J. Discala from 2003 to 2005. She then married Cutter Dykstra in 2016, and they have 2 sons, Jack and Beau. Prior to starring as Polly Walnuts Galtieri on The Sopranos, Tony Sirico appeared in the films The One-Man Jury, The Pickup Artist, and Mighty Aphrodite. While on the show, he starred in a few projects, including It Had to Be You, Turn of Faith, and The Fairly OddParents. He continued to act after the show ended, appearing in a few shorts and TV movies, later starring in Friends and Romans, Touched, and Wonder Wheel, one of the many Woody Allen movies he acted in. He worked with Allen in films that included Café Society, Deconstructing Harry, and Everyone Says I Love You. Most recently, Sirico starred in Sarah Q, If I Go Will They Miss Me, and Respect the Jux. Sirico has 2 children, Joanne and Richard. The actor died in July 2022, just weeks before his 80th birthday. No cause of death was given, however. He had been suffering with dementia for years prior to his death. Dominic Chianese was a stage actor, having made his Broadway debut in Oliver in 1964, before transitioning to film in 1974 with roles in The Godfather Part 2, All the President's Men, and Justice for All, and Ryan's Hope. He went on to star as Junior Soprano in The Sopranos.